What is your name?
My name is Benjamin Dacian.
What is your title and what are your skills?
My title is the materials supervisor, and my skill is to make sure everything is up neat for the server and make sure we know where all the parts are.
My name is Zach Bowl. My title is the wireless technician, and my skills are that I can set up the wireless access point and put on the stuff for the server, like the hands-on stuff.
My name is Ethan Waldeck. I am the security manager, and I basically just did whatever Travis told me to do at the time, but I was particularly known for making all the security policies and stuff that help keep this area safe.
My name is Connor Kircher, and I was the attendance administrator for this server project. I helped setting up the server on the server rack, and also, since I am the attendance administrator, I held meetings every week, records of what people were doing each week, and seeing what we were going to do in the future.
Hi, my name is Jacob Kuntz. I was the project manager for this project, and I would say my skills are public speaking, organization, and leadership. And I think those are all very important roles required to be project manager.
My name is Travis Henry, and I was the objectives leader for the team. And I'd say my skills lie with the actual networking and the hardware that goes behind it and configuring all the tools to work with one another.
My name is Max McGovern. I am the publicist, and I helped a lot out with the wiring of the drop wall and cable management and all that. I also I just help out with various other tasks.
I am Damien McCurdy. I was a cleanup and safety supervisor. I mostly handled cable management and helped out with some smaller things in the project.
Okay, my name's Chuck Hill. My job title for the project is the CIO, and what I bring into the project is basically managing the group and keeping the group on task and asking and answering questions.
How do you think the project's going so far?
The project's gone really well. I think we all came together as a team and did this, and it's amazing what we did.
So far, I feel like we've been doing really well. We've got all the computers set up, the servers set up nice, and it's been running really smoothly.
So far, I think it's gone really well. We basically have like a fully functioning network, and basically all that we're doing at this point is all like the final steps, like the video and the website and the brochure, and basically all the advertising and stuff like that, which I think are the fun parts.
I think the project is going pretty good, even though I believe we could have had a better start to this project since we didn't have the two groups together. So, yeah.
The project has definitely gone well, I would say. We finished just about everything so far, and there weren't too many setbacks except for in the beginning, but they were hurdles, and we jumped and overcame them, so.
I'd say it went pretty well. We had a few hiccups here and there and a few setbacks every once in a while where we had to figure out some issues, but other than that, we progressed steadily, and I feel like we did a good job at it.
And the project's gone very well for the most part. We have had a lot of little hiccups in the middle, such as losing internet very, very recently to our whole server. But on the whole, I think most of the things have gone pretty well.
I think it's gone pretty all right. We had some rough bumps, but we managed to overcome them. And it worked out in the end, I'd say.
I think the project's gone fairly well, considering what we've had to overcome with the COVID restrictions, the missed days, starting out 4 days a week, starting late in January. I think the project has moved along pretty well, considering.
What's been your favorite part of the project?
My favorite part of the project was getting everything to work, getting it all functioning and actually working.
My favorite part of the project so far is setting up the wireless access point, because that's where I strive. That's where my focal point is, so I enjoyed that a lot.
My favorite part of the project was probably getting to actually build the server rack, because that was what was going to provide Wi-Fi to basically all these client computers. So like it really allowed you to see like the whole project actually coming to life.
My favorite part is probably getting to know my coworkers more and actually doing like a hands-on project so that in the future I know what I'm capable of.
My favorite part is definitely, it was definitely a really good learning experience. I did learn a lot, and the fact that I get to do it next year is all the merit. It makes it 10 times better because then I can, do it better.
My favorite part would probably be setting up the router. It was actually the first time I ever got to work with something like that in earnest. So being able to actually get hands-on experience with it and figure out the issues that went along with it was enjoyable.
I'd say my favorite part of the project was just in the beginning, just getting everything set up, ready to go. So doing all the wiring, configuring the internet and all that. It was just, I like that.
Working on the printer was fun, I guess. Setting up the PCs and servers.
To me, and every year, my favorite part of the project is doing the planning and getting everyone on what tasks they want to do and what tasks that they feel they can do, and then laying out the objectives over the time span that we have.
What about your least favorite part?
My least favorite part was cleaning this room A. It was horrible. It took forever and so much trash and so much garbage.
My least favorite part of the project is whenever we can't bring both groups together. So 7th and 8th period, we're together, but whenever we can't get group A together, it's just super hard on us and it kind of slows down the process a little bit.
My least favorite part of the project was definitely having to get the operating systems set up on the servers, because there's something messed up with the BIOS and it just wouldn't boot right, and it was just a miserable mess.
My least favorite part is probably we were so rushed, and again, we didn't have the two groups together in one group, so we didn't really know what was going on with the other group. And
my least favorite part, I'm not a really big fan of Travis, okay? He's kind of sketch. My least favorite part was definitely, and I wouldn't say least favorite, I hated it, but some of the early lack of organization. I don't know, I think we could have done better starting off, but I mean, we were all new to this thing. No one has ever done it before, so I mean, that's expected. A little chaos here and there, but I mean, I wouldn't even say that's my least favorite part. It was definitely a learning experience, and I don't know, I think we all bettered ourselves from it, so I don't really have a least favorite part, I guess, so.
Personally, my least favorite part was Jacob, but aside from him, I'd say it was the wireless access point. We just had so many issues with that, and it was so complicated and needlessly difficult, only to find out it didn't even work in the first place, that it was just a headache to deal with.
My least favorite part, right when we started doing the presentation, because at first I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my speaking parts, but once I got used to that wasn't even that bad either.
We had to replace the wireless access point because the original one we had didn't work at first. It took a couple weeks to get in, so that was kind of a pain.
Probably the least favorite part of the project for me is setting up the RAID drives on the servers and initially getting the operating system loaded. There seems to be, at that point, a lot of questions, and we seem to run into some difficulty with that because it is different than a regular desktop computer.
Last question, since this is your last year here, how do you feel like this group cooperated with the project?
I think this group did well. They worked well together as a team. They researched things. There wasn't, whenever they had a problem, they seemed to be able to work through the problem as a group. If one person ran into an issue, then another team member would jump in and help them. So this team did really well compared to previous years, along with the short time span they had to use to build this thing.
That's it.
Cool.
Here, let me look up that log.
Wait, here, we should get some video of it. I don't know how far.
Let me click on non-random.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go too far up.
There you go. Nice. You got a nice
Can you
forehead.
see me clearly?
I can see your forehead really nice.
Nice.
We got like.
I'll figure it out.
We
Oh, I gotta walk in.